back to the finishing line, proudly sponsored by Hollywood Bets. And this week...
we have someone else sponsoring us. Yeah, it was a long pause.
It
was. That was a long pause.
This week, we have a pretty decent card at Sandown. Always a good race, the Coral Eclipse and Clash of the Generations. Pretty similar to last year. The French Derby winner coming over in St. Mark's Basilica. And this year we have the Aga Khan horse, Vidani, coming over. Christophe Soumillon going to take the ride. And he's going against the older horses. And we will get to that towards the end. First of all, Andrew, how are you? How's your week been?
Great.
Well, that's good.
That was a bit sarcastic. But anyway, yeah, grand. What can you do? Not much, really. Quite a week. It's kind of a... Oh, we were at the Cora the weekend. We talked about that. Yeah, besides that, nothing. Absolutely nothing. You?
Not much. We have our golf match in St. Helens Bay Sunday week.
No, we don't.
Why?
Patrick's team actually got into the semi-finals or something, so we had to move to the week after. But we play next week. Either way.
Between you and your cousin, you're the biggest fucking
he's really good at golf, and they won yesterday, and now they have... I think it was yesterday. I don't know what. He said something to me, and I was like, okay, you're good at golf.
We'll play the following week. How do you know I'm free, like?
Are you free the following week?
I don't know. Still far away to play it.
You are. But I was all right 3 weeks ago to say that. Oh, Jesus Christ. We'll go play anyway somewhere. We'll go somewhere.
Okay.
Where we go? So many pins.
Williamstown.
No.
Why?
I'm not going to Williamstown. The worst greens I have ever witnessed in my life.
I don't want to hear it. Stop making excuses. That's one of the courses.
It's not an excuse. It's terrible.
One of the courses.
I'll beat you anyway. It doesn't
matter. Let go. It's one of the courses.
I want to go and enjoy it and put on greens that are actually golf greens and not goddamn pitch and putt greens where the grass on them is that length. On a green, the grass is that length.
I fell asleep there.
Thank God. Finally got rid of him. Who knew that golf was the thing that killed him?
Williamstown next week.
Grand. We'll beat you. It's grand. But anyway, it's grand. Yeah, I'll start
for the Jumps fans, there's a pretty... For the Jumps fans, there's pretty decent race tomorrow. Hurdle at Tipperary. It's a good race. There's some decent horses in it. St. Was. I am a Jumps fan. I'm just going to talk about it. You're annoying me now, so stop.
Yeah. I'm in your head already.
St. Wa is in it. It's the Grade 3 Grimes Hurdle. She Wears It Well is in it. I have a funny feeling St. Wa won't run and will be pulled out. Soul Pretender, Felix Deji, Derasso, who it wouldn't surprise me if he won because he's just a 150 horse and runs the same race every single time. And if the other horses don't run up to scratch, he wins. Santa Rosa, Celestial Horizon, Early Doors, and then it's 28 to 1 bar. Andrew, we don't have any graphics for this, but we said we'd talk about it. Who do you think is going to win?
If She Wears It Well is what they think she is, she should really win at getting the weight concession off Saint-Ouen. Her win last time was over 2-4, I think, which probably stretched her a bit, but she won it either way. Her run at Punchestown was a very good run. I think 2 miles is her best trip. I'd be disappointed if she didn't win, but she still has to do it to be St. Maur, really. St. Maur's proven kind of great at horse. She has to come and do it still. I think she's back from 11 to 4 and 2 to 1 in the last couple of hours. So I'd say She Wears It Well probably win, Dave.
Yeah, I go by the betting. I wouldn't be surprised if St. Roth doesn't run, but
why?
I don't know. They've 4 other horses in the race JP has. But
I think he'll run. Why? I don't know.
I don't think he'll run. Going by the bet. I'd like to see She Wears It Well win. I quite like the horse. And I wouldn't be surprised if Darasso, he's carrying a lot of weight, but I wouldn't be surprised if he just runs a good race like he always does. He's no superstar, but he's only 7 lengths behind Honeysuckle the last day and just constantly runs well in grade 2s and grade 3s. So
A few of these will end up in the Galway hurdle now.
yeah, he's probably a prep run for Galway hurdle for if he wouldn't.
I say Sam might go in there if top weight. He'd probably get up in your top weight if he runs in that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, the class horses have a good record in the Galway hurdle, so.
And good old Felix Stagey. Imagine if he came back to form again. Couldn't believe he won the last time out. That was madness. That was utter madness. But yeah, I think She Wears It Well if they think she is what she is, she should win this. Not going to be easy, but if they think she's going to progress into a Group 1. Group 1? What the fuck? Grade 1 horse. She needs to be winning this.
She Wears It Well, so 5 lengths. You heard it here first.
As long as there's no sun and shadows and he decides not to become a kamikaze diver once again.
Yeah. Okay, we'll kick on to Sandown.
Can we talk about more maiden hurdles or something instead?
We've 5 races at Sandown. We will leave the Coral Eclipse to last. And we'll start with the 150, the Coral Charge Group 3 for the sprinters over 5 furlongs.
Oh, wait, no. Yeah, go.
In joint favourites is Midbahi and Razel. Equilateral 9-2. Just Another Bottle 13-2. Tippy Toe 7-1. Nymphadora 7-1. Method, formerly a decent enough horse, 8-1 and 10-1 bar. Andrew, are you with the favourites or are you going with an outsider?
Not much of an outsider, but up around the top of the betting. I'll start with Razel. Look, you like him. You put him up last time when he won, beating Dragon Symbol. He's, what was that, his 8th win in his 14 runs, so he's a progressive horse going places. But the one I actually like is Equilateral. He came back on the back of a 444-day break last time out in the King Stand behind the Aussie horse Nature Strip. Before that, he had a Group 2 win in Maidan, a big handicap win, and he was placed in a Group 1 over there as well. He's really good form if you go back and look through it over the sprint divisions. I think if he comes on from his run at Ascot, I think he'll play a huge part to play. Like in the Cora Group 1, he was only 2.5 lengths behind Glass Slippers, and he was a length behind Lazuli in Newbury. Like you'd expect, I know sprinters won't take that much to get ready because they get ready themselves because they're such highly strong animals. But if he comes on from that run, I think he has the best form in the book to be winning this. And I think 9-2 is a very fair price when you consider he's a horse with Group 1 form dropping down into Group 3 level. And yeah, I think he'd be hard to beat really if he comes on and holds his ability from his younger days. I know he's a 7-year-old now, but sprinters don't really regress when they get older. In fact, and some of them get better as they get older. And I think he'll hold his form well. At 9-2, I'll be taking a chance on that.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting enough race. The thing about 5 furlong course at Sandown, the draw tends to play a part in the result. So it's very hard to pick now. We're not knowing what's kind of drawn where. I don't mind Equilateral. I think he's a decent enough horse. He runs consistently enough. I do like the favourite, but again, not sure on the draw. I fancied him the last time to beat Dragon Symbol, but Dragon Symbol has regressed massively in the space of 12 months. So I don't.
Has he really? He hasn't even progressed to regress.
I don't really know exactly how good that form is going to be. So I'm going to go for Method. Had a tough enough old season last year as a 3-year-old sprinter, which can happen a lot of sprinters. They can be quite small and find it hard against the older sprinters. But he ran in some decent races behind the likes of Diligent Harry and Rohan, and he ran in the July Cup behind Starman. Didn't see him then since last July. Came out, had his first run of the season at Salisbury. Decent enough race. Was beaten by Clive Cox's filly Benefit, who has that strong form with the filly that I like that won the weekend, Sense of Duty. Nahar, William Haggis' sprinter, who was Group 1 form, was in there as well. And he travelled very well in that race for a long way and kind of looked like he needed it fitness-wise. So I give him a decent shout. I think he's a good each way bet. And Tom Marquanda's already jocked up on him, so that's good enough for me.
Yeah, I've no view. Fat 5 furlong, good luck to you. Run fast and hope for the best.
Okay, we'll kick on to Sandown 225, which is a handicap over a mile, the Coral Challenge. Sinjari is in his favourite 7-2. Mutjab 6-1. Lion Tower 7-1. Check and Challenge, who's running here after running the Guineas, 8-1. Encourage 9-1. Dubai Mirage 9-1. Takara Bay 9-1. And 10-1 Bar. Andrew, Sinjari ran well in one of those big handicaps at Ascot. He's been backed for this. Carrying a lot of weight though. What do you think?
Like myself, he is carrying a lot of weight. Slows you down, Dave.
Wow.
Soon to be gone. I don't know. I don't really like him. Something about it I don't like. I guess form was decent enough. His third behind Dar Shift was good. I really like Lion Tower. He won last time out at York, which was a decent enough race. He looked a winner about 2 furlongs out, and he stayed on well. Before that, he was beaten a length by Cruyff Turn at York again, and before that, he was 5th, beaten a length and a half behind Radarna at Thirsk. That form is kind of working out well. A 7-1, I think he's a decent each way price, and we having a little bit on one at a bigger price as well. Flying High for Andrew Balding. Joey Haynes is on him. He's kind of a place horse angle on this. He's been second, third, fourth in his since the start of the season. He runs his race solidly. He's on the mark of 82, which he's placed a lot of times over. This race should be contested well. He'll be up at the pace, and from what we know the last few days, stay with the pace, up at the pace is the right place to be practically everywhere from the racing I've been watching. And he could run way above his odds, but I think Lion Tower, Sam James is on him, 7-1. He will be my each way angle, Dave, for 2 of them each way. I don't know, 7-2 is a bit short for that favourite, to be honest.
Yeah, look, I backed Sinjari each way at Ascot, and he's in my opinion an each way bet at a big price. I wouldn't be backing him as a favourite because he just doesn't win enough.
I thought you were going to turn into Tom there. He's an each way bet at 7-2. Like, oh, for the love of God.
I would stay away if he was 8-1 or something, yeah. But he just doesn't win enough.
Hey, not value, Dave, is he?
No, not value. Not value. He's only won 2 races in his life, so the strike rate's not good enough when the price is too low. I actually quite like the same horse, Andrew, Lion Tower. I think his win at York the last time was pretty good. And I like the horse that ran in the Guineas, Check and Challenge. Like we always say in this podcast, forgive a horse one bad run. The trainer talked him up a lot before the Guineas. He had won 2 races on the all-weather and was pretty impressive. One of them was at Newcastle. Then he was bumped all the way up into the Guineas, and it was probably just too much too soon. Pretty strong piece of form with the horses that have come out and the horses that have won from the race. And William Buick is booked up for the ride on Check and Challenge. So I think the 2 of those each way are decent enough bets.
Fantastic.
Thanks. Okay, we're on to the Coral Distaff, a listed race, 3 o'clock at Sandown for the fillies.
There you
go. And we have Heredia 13-8, Zanbak 3-1, Grand Dam 7-2, Oscula 6-1, Fast Attack 7-1, Villanova Queen 11-1, 14-1 Bar. Again, we've some Ascot form here, Andrew. Heredia won at Ascot. Richard Hannon horse, he's seems to be taking the slowly approach with this one and going from a handicap into a listed race. I think he thinks she's a group caliber filly. 13 to 8, good price.
I think so. I think she's her win at Ascot. Look, she didn't really look like she was going to win. She hung a bit, and once Shane Evie got stuck into her, there was no beating this filly. She's very, very good. She's unbeaten in her career. As you said, she's coming up from a handicap. I think she learned a lot from her win at Ascot the last time. The miles seemed to suit her down to the ground. She was only getting going as she hit the line. I think this is the filly next year we'll see over further as well. I think, look, she's 13 day. Look, it's not the best price in the world, but I think she's the one that you can see is a group standard filly in the making. 13 to 8, I think she'll take a lot of being. I also think Scala at 6 to 1, she could be the one to follow her home. She's improving as well this season. Her form is working out well. She was second behind Evergreen, who ran a decent race over the weekend. She beat Honey Sweet by an easy 2 lengths the last day at Carlisle. She's improving hand over fist as well. I think 6 to 1. She will be the each way pick in this, and I think she'd probably finish second to her. But I think Herdera is she's going to be very hard to beat.
Yeah, look, the favourite, as Andrew said, she will be very hard to beat. I'd be interested otherwise in Jessie Harrington's filly if she sends her over, Villanova Queen. Again, she's really strong form in group races with the Irish fillies, and the last time we seen her was in the Irish 1000 Guineas, where Home the Songs absolutely bolted up. And I know Tom liked her as well from our previous run. She didn't run all that well that day, but again, might have been a step far too soon. Don't know if Jessie will send her over. If she does, I'd be interested, but otherwise, I'd be with the favourite.
Villanova Queen. Why do I know that name? Yeah. You put her up before, didn't you? Behind Home the Song, was it?
Yeah.
Anywho, it's going to be over quick enough.
It's that kind of weekend, really. We're going to skip on to the 410 at Sandown before we talk about the main race, the Coral Eclipse. And it's the Coral Play Racing Super Series 4-free handicap over 1 mile and 2 furlongs.
The name is nearly as long as 1 mile 2 furlongs.
Yeah, that was a lot. I don't think we've betting for this.
Nope, nothing.
And there's 23 of them entered, so I'm
Best
not
of
going to
luck.
go through all of them. But we've top weight is Bellaccio, who is more in and out than the weather, which is mad in Ireland at the moment.
Weather. I thought you were going to say something else.
No, not me. Mark Johnson has a horse enter, Forest Falcon. You're Hired, who is one of these flat horses that keeps running season after season, a 9-year-old for Amanda Parrott. Godolphin have a few entered. Chairman, another decent Freddie and Martin Mead horse. I think he was entered at Ascot and he didn't run. He caused fucking mayhem in the stalls. But Andrew, do you like any of these?
No, not one of them.
I knew you would.
But if I was to pick one, it will be the good old 9-year-old. You're Hired. An aptly named with the week that's in it. As you said, look, he's a stalwart in these races for many, many years. No idea what price he is. I presume you get a double figure price. And I would have it. Yeah, why not? He's dropped 2 pounds from his last run, 7 lengths behind Dubai Mirage. Dubai. That was a decent enough race. I think he could play a little each way part at a big price, Dave. But besides that, best of luck picking out who's going to run in this, who's going to win it, because I have from the Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I'd be interested in Your Hired if he's decent price. And David Minussier, the top weight,
solid pronunciation.
He's after running him in so many group races and behind horses that went on to Group 1 races or even 1 Group 1s that he must be decent enough, and surely he can run well in the Class 2 handicap. So if he runs, and it looks like he is because David Egan is booked up, and he's a decent price, 10-1, so on. I think he's a decent each way bet. Minucier's horses just run well some days and crap the next, so you just kind of have to be on him and hope for the best.
There you go.
Bellaccio for me. And we are going to the 335 Sandown, the 1 mile 2 furlong Coral Eclipse, Group 1, kind of the mid-season highlight. Like I said on Sunday, when this is over, the countdown to the jumps begins.
Thanks be
Galway,
to Jesus.
Galway comes ticking fast, and after Galway, then we're nearly there. Hollywood bets odds are Vidani 13-day favourite, Native Trail 3-1, Baybridge 3-1, Alencar 7-1, Mishriff 7-1, Dubai Honor 20-1, Lord North 20-1. Might keep the blindfold on again, and 33-1 Bar.
Who?
That's Frankie. He couldn't get the blindfold off Lord Northshire.
Oh yeah. Oh look at that. He's shocked off him. Shock horror. Oh, that's a shame. Such a shame. Oh look at that. Oh, let's have a moment's silence for the demise of Frankie. Okay, that's enough.
So Real World was taken out today. He scoped badly, I believe. I thought myself he would have had a good chance on his form with Boyd. And Aiden took out all his horses. So we're left with a smaller field, but some good horses in it. Andrew, do you think the French Derby winner is going to do the job?
I don't, Dave.
Wow.
I like Native Trail going up in trip.
Wow.
I think he needs it. I think he wants it.
You've lost your mind.
Yeah, I know I did. I've lost that a long time ago. There's no two ways about it. The French Derby form, it's questionable.
You said this last year too.
Yeah.
You and Tom had hard-ons.
I don't know. It was an impressive performance. Don't get me wrong, a very, very impressive performance. He beat El Bogdan, who needs a bog, Modern Games, Al Hakim, and some other yokes. It's grand. Fair play to you. Well done. But in a race like this, with a lot more strength and depth, then consider the Hannon's horse. That's 13.8, same price in the fillies in this 1 mile race. I'd rather back her 13.8 than him at 13.8. There's a lot less challengers for the filly than there is for Danny here. Like you have Baybridge, who got done by a very good ride at Ascot. Native Trail, who's a multiple Group 1 winner. You have Alencar, who coming on the back of probably one of his career highlights. Mishriff is a decent horse, and so on. Lord North and them. I think Native Trail, we said it ourselves, he looked like a horse who wanted a trip now, and he's getting it. Like he beat Claymore, who went on to win at Royal Ascot, probably one of the best performances of the whole week. He was then beaten three-quarter length by Caribus, who went on to win a Royal Ascot again. He then beat New Energy at Dakota, where this is where he really, really looked like he needed to step up a trip. He was off the bridle a long way out, but he kept going. I think the 1 mile 2 is going to suit him down to the ground. I think he's a bit overpriced at 3-1. I'd have him in at 2-1, 15-8. I'd have him a lot closer to the Vidani than the betting is. Baybridge has to come on again. I don't think the last run is good enough to win this. I have it between Native River? Oh, jumps. Lovely. Native Trail and Vidani. And I wouldn't write off a big run from Mr. either. Tell me I'm wrong. You're going to tell me I'm wrong. Vidani wins by half the tracks. Next, St. Mark Basilica. You didn't listen to you last year. Now you're going to listen to me again. It's going to be same on Talking Pints on Sunday. I told you so. Go on, tell me so.
I touch on Baybridge first, and I agree with you. I liked his first run of the season, but I was wicked disappointed in him at Royal Ascot. Thought he should have had the beating of what was there. I was disappointed in State of Rest getting beat by Alencar, and then he comes over to Ascot and beats Baybridge. So I'm unsure of that form, to be honest. I think that probably that grade 1, the Group 1 at the Cora, the Alan Cora one was probably terrible in all reality, and Bay Bridge is just probably not as good as he looked that first time at Sandown. Respect Mishriff, but very hard to catch him on the right day, to be honest. The form and the
Never looks
judgment that
fit. Never looks
yeah,
fit.
the form like the race last year when he won the judgment, he looked like a world beater, but then ran poorly again. Then I think Lord North is gone. I'd be majorly surprised if he won. Native Trail, I like going up and trip. Think it's the right move. And very hard for the older horses to be giving him a Vidani weight. But it's the turn of foot that Vidani showed in the Prix de Jockey Club. He won by 5 odd lengths. Probably could have won by more.
Will he have that on good form though?
He's by Churchill, so he should go on anything. And Churchill needed a decent horse to come out for his breeding career, so this could be the one.
Or his willy value.
I just think them paying 50 grand to. I'm not even talking about that. I just
see, I don't like the Flat Dave. The Flat Dave is born. Don't like him.
Paying 50 grand cash money to enter this horse because he needed to be supplemented, I think tells a lot. Now
it does it though. That's realistically now. That's like a tenner to them.
He was 11-4 yesterday, and with all the horses being taken out and so on and so forth, he's quite short now. I do think he'll win, and I think the horse that might come second.
There's a buck coming. Wait, no, there's a buck coming. Come on, where's the bus?
The horse that might come second, the each way bet might be Dubai Honor. If you look back in Dubai Honor's form last year, it was really progressive. I think Tom put him up.
And you're telling me I lost my fucking mind.
I think Tom put him up for the end of the season race that Sealaway won the Champion Stakes. He progressed all the way through last year.
Sorry, Sealaway got my head.
He progressed all the way through last year.
I'm really annoying you tonight, aren't I?
To be second in the Grade 1 at Ascot. Then he was sent all the way over to wherever Shatin is, Japan, is it? Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. To all our Hong Kong viewers, hello.
He was fourth in that. And then we last seen him at Maidan, which he ran pretty poorly in Maidan in the Shima Classic, but I wouldn't say it suited him. Again, for give a horse one bad run, his rating is right there with the rest of them. If he runs 20-1, I think he's too big a price. So, although I think Vidani will win, Dubai Honor each way is my pick.
So you're not going to back Vidani, who you think is going to win?
I would have backed him at 11-4, but the value is gone, Andrew.
Oh my God, what has happened to you?
It depends. If they go mad on Native Trail, I'll be all in with the Frenchies.
I need to have a word with your doctor to take off these tablets.
I'll be wearing a beret and I'll be eating frog's legs and everything.
Like Tom with that French yolk.
Yeah, garlic bread. Garlic bread. Andrew, you're napping next best.
Oh Christ. Nap. Native Trail. Next best. Equilateral. No, she wears it well. She wears it well. Next best. She should win.
Wow, do you want to change it anymore, no?
Yeah, probably will. When she wears it well, gets beat tomorrow, I'll change it to the equilateral, please, Dave.
My next best is she wears it well, and my nap is Method. So me and Andrew are going against each other in that sprint.
Method. Last time that thing showed farm coronavirus wasn't a thing.
There's method to my madness.
Oh, for fuck's sake, here we go. Bring me back to boggy nights in Tremor and around the Haydock, please, quickly.
We're getting there. We're nearly there.
Saying that now, I actually went to a flat meeting in Sandown last year, and it was actually quite good. The 5 furlong track is bang in the middle of the actual track.
Yeah,
right in the middle.
It makes no sense.
You can barely see the goddamn thing.
Makes no sense. We will be back on Sunday, as always, with Talking Points.
I won't.
Why?
Forgot my wedding.
Well, I'll be back. I don't even know where Tom the fuck is anymore, to be honest.
He's the
gone.
first half an hour of Sunday's podcast will be taken up by Tom's fabulous story of what happened yesterday when he tried to go for dinner.
The Newmarket July Festival is next week as well, so we'll be touching on that. Back Sunday as normal, 8 p.m. If Tom is still on the missing list and Andrew is on the missing list, I'll be here.
I might pop on and say hello. I'll be probably in the house.
And you can listen to me if you want, or you can just mute me. It's all in one, really. And on that note, Andrew, have a good end to your week, and see you Sunday.
You won't. You see me tomorrow.
Oh, crap.